Hey y'all, this is Toya. You're tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all! So, if you are new to my channel, my name is Latoya Calhoun. I am a wife by faith from a mother. I am a transformational speaker and I'm a life coach. And I sell shirts like these that say generational curse breakers and growth is in the uncomfortable. And you can get yours at autumnfaithcollc.com. So on my channel, I like to talk about things that I'm learning on my journey to healing. Some of those things are faith-based and some of those things are just practical things that I'm learning on my journey, right? And I feel like as I heal, I want to help aid other people healing as well, right? So one of the things I want to talk about today, or the thing I want to talk about today, is growth takes maintenance. Growth takes maintenance, y'all. And the reason I was wanted to talk about this is because the idea, I think sometimes people get discouraged when they've been at a spot for so long and wondering why aren't we moving, and they get discouraged, and you run the risk in discouragement to kind of regress, or you run the risk of just forfeiting and regressing is kind of the same thing, giving up what you already covered because you're not moving forward, right? So the reason I want to talk about this is because I think it's super important, because I found myself sometimes thinking, hey, I've arrived, I'm here, I'm safe, I made it someplace, right? And then I want to do something else, and it's like, hey, if you don't want to keep moving, you gonna go back to where you started, or stagnant just ain't no good. If you look at water that's just been sitting for a while, you got all kind of mold and all type of stuff. So that's just the same way in anything else, right? We have to keep growing. That's the whole point. You growing one way or the other. Either you're growing towards your purpose or against your purpose, but either way you're growing. So we want to make sure that we're growing toward our purpose. We want to make sure we're growing toward, us fulfilling the call that's on our life and being all of who we have been created to be. So in order to do that, you need to have a maintenance plan. So I like to do practical things, examples, so people can have an idea of what I mean by that. So say, for instance, for us ladies, okay, when we get our nails done, or like these braids, when we get our hair done and stuff like that, what happened? We get what's called new growth. When you get your nails done and you get your nails grow, what you do? You go get a fill-in, right? The same thing with our hair. We go get our hair braided or we take it out, whatever the thing is. Fellas, for the people that go get these haircuts, so you get your beard lined up and stuff like that, it grows. As you grow, you maintain the growth. The same thing with grass. You cut your grass. If you cut your grass once a month in Florida, you crazy. Because the way this sun out here and these little sporadic rains, it make this stuff grow just like that. So in order to maintain this growth, you cut the grass. The same thing for us. In order for me to maintain where I'm at in my level of healing, I realize that, hey, some of that's going to be, I need to make sure I have healthy relationships around me. Healthy relationships to me, and that may look different for everyone, right? Healthy relationship to me is people that are able to speak into my life and I'm able to speak into theirs. We're able to be honest with each other. And I understand that we're not going to be super deep with everybody because everybody can't handle the full weight of who you are and everything. And that's okay, right? But we are operating in an authentic place in whatever level we're at. That's healthy to me, right? Also, too, in my mindset, being in my word, feeding who I am, because life is going to always throw something up at you. And a lot of the times we blame this on the enemy. Some of this stuff is just regular life. An example, my grandmother and my dad-in-law was both just in the hospital for over a week at a time. That's regular life. That's not the enemy. That's just regular life, right? And so initially I went to worry. And then I had to remind myself, no, in this season, I have chosen joy, and the joy of the Lord is going to be my strength. So I had people in my life that reminded me of that, for one. For two, I reminded myself of that. And I also stay being in the word to remind me that God is my strength, and that worrying is not going to add a day to my life. So the best thing I can do for them is pray for them, show up, and do what I can do while resting in the fact that God is going to do what he can do, right? Also, too, to maintain where I'm at, I go to counseling. At one point I was going to counseling once a week, and now I stepped down and I go every other week, right? And I'm going to step down again and go once a month. So, the thing thing of it is this: whatever your growth maintenance plan is, make sure that you got that together so you can maintain where you are. Because if you don't maintain where you are, just understand this: nobody gets to a place and just stay there. If you work to lose weight, you're gonna have to work to stay at that weight, or you're gonna either put it back on, or you're never going to, you're gonna lose where you are. That just is what it is, right? Like, we have to stay active in what you're doing, depending on you, whatever your journey is, whatever you're on a journey to. For me, I'm on a journey to healing, so I'm consistently trying to learn. I'm consistently listening to things that give me a different perspective. I listen to leadership podcasts because I am a leader. I listen to communications podcasts because I want to be a master communicator. I am a master communicator. I listen to different sermons and things like that to sharpen my ear for the word of God, to see how it could be a little bit differently. Now, of course, you're not necessarily eating all of these things, but you, as you mature, you know what God is trying to tell you to do for you in the journey that you're on, and not immature where you just taking all this stuff and then now you confused all over the place. Okay, so we got one person that come cut our grass. Okay, we may get quotes from everywhere, don't mean that we letting everybody come do it. And that's what I'm saying as far as your maintenance plan go. So get you a maintenance plan for your growth. How are you growing, and what does your maintenance plan look like? Okay, drop me some comments and let me know if this has helped you in any way, for one. For two, what are some of your tools that are in your toolbox for your maintenance plan to maintain the growth that you are and continuing to grow? All right, this is Toya. I hope this helps somebody. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share, because it may bless somebody else. Peace.